mean?
Allegedly.
Oh, like we're weird. We look weird. Like I'm way down here. You're. Hold on.
I'm way up there.
Is that better? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe. Maybe try that one. I don't know, but it looked funny.
So something weird happened before I came on, right? I was updating my thumbnail on Cassie Carly, right? And my son comes in and he's looking at it and he says, "Is she missing?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "But we already had another missing Cassie." I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" He's like, "Remember Cassie Sheets?" I said, "What?" And I'm thinking, how would he know that? Is he watching my YouTube channel? Like, why would he remember Cassie Sheets? It was a case that I was doing, but he said, "Yeah, I remember last time I helped you fill out that board with Summer's name on it and the other people, and there was a Cassie Sheets. Did they ever find her?" And I'm thinking, okay, this is a little, how does this kid have this memory like this?
Never even heard
now he's got Cassie Carly in his mind and Cassie Sheets. Oh. I've got to keep him out of this office spray. So
yeah, it sucks because about like, I don't know how many days ago, but somebody sent me that when I started building a folder, but this other, Naomi Irion case just kind of takes up all the time to... And everybody, it's just there's something new that's been coming out every single day. So.
Yeah, Cassie's case is, very sad.
It sounds like a lot of the other one, the domestic violence kind of thing.
Very possible. They'd been separated for quite some time, and, they were having regular exchanges of the child, and she went to meet him to pick up the child, and...
Yeah, but the part about him admitting that she was with him on the way, like, I'm bringing him to your house, but where's the answer to that? Like, that means he's totally guilty at that point, because
they said there's no possible way, there's not any chance in hell she ever would have went with him anywhere ever. No way.
And then he admitted that, like, she was with him for a minute, like she was nuts. So I'm taking her to your place, but she never was taken there. So that means he's already implicating himself right there.
Mm-hmm. And then he's in Alabama with the child, but she was going to pick up the child. So, now the child's with him in another state.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have to do this one in a couple days. But we got to finish the 194-page.
We're almost there.
Document in the Delphi case.
We're almost there.
And then probably tomorrow or not tomorrow, but whenever we do another show, we'll donate whatever the 25% of the channel revenue was for the month. So this time I'll try to remember to... Okay, now I'm way up in... God, this is crazy. Let me fix that. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I think if I just went like that. There we go. Make that smaller. All right, so this time we'll have this open, and you can actually see what the hell we're doing. So I think we were on... Like, what was some of this about?
Let's see here.
He was looking up... do you know Polygraph, Liberty, like, what's her name?
We were...
Whatever her name is.
On 148.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what we were just talking about.
That was the girl, the family that he knew, and then he was trying to talk to the girl, and then there was the ski mask guy outside of the house. And he's like, I wasn't in a ski mask outside of her house.
Yeah, it seems like we made it. Let's see. And before the Polygraph meeting, you're looking up articles about it. About what? The Delphi case?
Mm-hmm. Where are you?
I was at 148 and 149. Now I'm on 149. But maybe we should read, like, starting on line 16 of 148.
Got it. 148, line 16.
At least it's a leading.
All right. And before the polygraph, I mean, you are looking up some articles about it. I mean, you're even before you guys went to Vegas, you guys are, foul play is suspected.
Yeah, I mean,
An update.
Yeah,
Foul play
That's
suspected.
crazy.
Another one, Delphi community concerned.
Right.
So, I mean, you're telling me that police asking.
So everyone that looked that up is a
No,
suspect?
I didn't say that, but
I know, but I'm saying, like, just because you know what I mean, I'm freaked out about someone dying.
if you
Doesn't mean that.
if you think that that was on its face right, which I kind of do, say it doesn't make sense that you will look at that. What are these police saying? If you think that was on its face right, which I kind of do,
Yeah.
is say it doesn't make sense that you would look at that. But we're marrying up.
It makes sense that I would would at that because it's in my
No.
community.
You're saying
It's in my community.
makes sense for that question about you looking that up when you're one of the last people who ever spoke to her before she wound up dead. Or excuse me, Anthony Schatz was one of the last.
Right.
Anthony Schatz account
Right.
is one of the last people to speak to her before she winds up dead. Right. And then you said that it could be because a friend of a friend says, well, hey, I talked to such and they're friends. But you're searching about can law enforcement trace IP addresses from social media?
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't I look that up if I'm looking at stuff on the internet?
That's not concerned in your area because you knew you were talking to her.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about I would look up because of what I'm doing. Know what I mean? What?
So I see what's going on here. He searched for the terms, can law enforcement look up your IP address? And he's saying, oh, yeah, I only searched that because I've been looking at child porn. And they're saying he looked it up because he was speaking to Libby.
I see. Then he's saying I'm talking about what I look, about what I look up. That's because of what I'm doing. That's why he looked that up. Okay. Right. I'm talking about underage girls, so why would I not?
And including the one that got murdered.
Okay.
Right. That makes sense.
I did not look that up because of that, though, no.
Internet survey, server, John Benet Ramsey, O.J. Simpson. After that, why that?
Those are unsolved cases. What do you mean?
How do you know? I mean, this is a...
How do I know they're the most popular?
No, I'm saying, how do you know that this case was going to be unsolved? Because this was a few days.
Because they put out the picture of him. They put out a picture of him on the bridge and a voice.
And then,
Yeah, someone murdered someone and they have a picture of them or their voice. I'm going to look to see if I know that person. Like, why? What do you mean? The guy on there is telling everyone the state guy or the state police department guys are they telling everyone, if you know anyone that looks like this or anything, call in.
What we want to know is who had access to the Anthony Schatz account.
Me.
On two different devices.
Yes.
At the same time?
Yeah.
So if you're the sole owner of that account, the only one who has access to it.
I mean, on those days, that just looks like me logging in one of my phones. I was logged in on that phone. I logged out, logged in on my other phone. That's what that looks like.
So you were the one who sent these pictures to her. You're the one?
I mean, if I have to,
before the sleepover. You're the one that talked to her all weekend, and you're the one that talked to her, one of the last people to talk to her before she was murdered. That's what you're telling me.
I guess, yeah. I mean...
you got to understand from our point of view, it's
right.
It's 100%. I mean, I'm going to buy this for you.
Right.
I'm going to take you out in our cars. That's the whole purpose of Anthony Schatz.
Right.
Which, whether he's targeted and looking for girls that is going to believe this story.
Right.
to gonna give you what you want.
What does that mean? Uh-huh.
So you were trying to get nude images from Liberty.
This probably means like the word to give you what you want.
Right.
And then like they just combine, I don't know, whoever transcribed it didn't do it right.
So you were trying to get nudes from Liberty and spoke to her actually.
And he said he would buy them things and drive them in a nice car. I mean,
one of the
any girl I talk to, it's not just one girl, it's any girl I ever talked to.
It's a girl that wanted a man.
Right.
I mean, we're not, the reason this is a big deal, I mean,
serious.
The other ones aren't dead, and she's dead.
Right.
I mean, the biggest case in Indiana.
Right.
Hands down.
Right.
The media attention, I mean, there's been no stone left unturned in this investigation.
Right.
And the only thing of all the investigators, all the hours put into this, you have to think of yourself. You're a juror.
Right.
You know yourself in this scenario, and you're just listening to the evidence.
Right.
You have a guy that's small town USA, right? Small town USA. You know, so if you're from a small town, you get it. If you're not, you don't.
Right, yeah.
Okay. You know your dad's Facebook friends with some of Abby's mother's friends, right? So that's the kind of stuff you would expect to see in small town USA.
Right.
All right. Your girlfriend, your current girlfriend, is friends on Facebook with one of Liberty's ex-boyfriends, small town USA, right? So there's still stuff that, you know, that maybe like if we were in Chicago or something, you'd look at it and okay, yeah, that's it. Right?
Right.
So, okay. Take that, for example. Then small town USA, you know, the blank. They're at a sleepover at blank's residence, and that's, you know, the whole thing with Liberty, and she's speaking to Anthony. They were at blank, and here we are. They're at and this is
who was at the
blank, the family of blank.
Yeah.
Right. That the family that Kegan Kline knows.
Right.
Not that Anthony Schatz knows.
Right.
So now we're worried about grooming. We have the guy that has troves of child pornography on his devices. We have Liberty being groomed, and unfortunately, she was completely enthralled with Anthony Schatz. Completely, like, though, you know, I'm talking to this rich, hot guy. You know, like she was completely in love with Anthony Schatz.
See, that's crazy. I mean, that's so much more, and that's what makes me feel even worse about everything. I mean, not that you could feel worse, but I mean, just think like she went out to there that day thinking, I'm going to meet the cutest guy. I mean, just really sort of happy and giddy. And it turns out a freaking barbarian monster shows up, you know.
Awful.
Makes it worse for me, just sort of like, I mean, to have that big of extremes. And then, you know, there was probably a moment where she realized that the person she was texting is the monster that's right there, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Right.
That's my, I mean, I could just hit a button.
Control the answer.
Let me just create a right button. I'm just kidding.
Right. So this account you set up, you know, and I'm sure that you've seen our social media had said something like, you know, waiting for Peter Pan to come, and it was like this little hanging fruit statement for someone that would target girls. You probably see that and think this is going to be an easy target.
I don't get what you mean.
What more of a targeting thing, right? Like more, maybe you didn't go into that depth. I don't know how much depth you went into looking for girls you wanted to get nude images from as Anthony Schatz, just like buckshot method and see who comes back. But regardless, she bought the story. She bought the account. So we have a friend saying that she knew that she was trying to meet up with Anthony Schatz.
See, I don't remember ever saying to meet up with me, though.
Okay, but I'm telling you, this is what we had.
Right, yeah.
We have that. I mean,
right.
We have that.
Right.
We have multiple device logins from your house,
Right.
blank for a Snapchat account within minutes of each other.
I wonder what that says for Snapchat.
Yeah.
Abby and Libby. Let's see. Huh.
That's someone's name
Yeah.
that they.
Yeah. So let's see. Something for a Snapchat account within minutes.
Maybe it's Libby's friend that they didn't want to put her name in there.
Maybe
The
like
one that
asked.
said she knows that they spoke to him, that he spoke to her.
Let's see. Like maybe let's just say if it said Libby asked for a Snapchat account within minutes of one. Yeah.
Well, they'd have Libby's name in there because they've said it several times.
Yeah, I don't know.
This out though.
For a Snapchat.
Did a murder sheet say they only blanked out?
Yeah, like other. But what would it say? There must be multiple. Can't you say like, let's just say John Smith for a Snapchat account within minutes of one another. We have multiple devices log in from your house, and then a name for a. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Even if you just put a name there, So, anyways, let's just keep going. Right.
Okay. We have the day that you gave your polygraph and your interview. You were steadfast in. I met them in the beginning of February, like the 1st or 2nd. You were steadfast. You never come off of that. I never spoke to her beyond February 1st or 2nd. And the guy says, look, we know you spoke to her the day she was murdered. You said, absolutely not. I blocked her. She was annoying me after the 1st or 2nd, right? We have these images. You're saying that you don't know that's a nude. What are you for? We have these grooming pictures. We have the money, the Anthony Schatz money account going to her, right? So this starts to stack after a while. I mean, small town USA, independent of each other.
Now, some people think that he has a money, let's just pretend PayPal account that's going to her, but I don't think that's what that means.
Yeah, it says we have the money.
I think that this means, I think the Anthony Schatz money account is, geez, there goes my thing again. The Anthony Schatz money account is probably like a different account that he has where there's money on the screen or something. It's describing it, because that doesn't really make sense. Like, we have, but it does say we have, it's almost like he said, we have the money, the Anthony Schatz money account, going to her. See, that the way they wrote it, the person that's transcribing, I don't think is doing that great of a job. I think there's there's some words that were, said differently than they put in there. So this should have been, we have the money, the Anthony Schatz money account going to her. Right. So this starts. You see what I'm saying? I think that's how it's supposed to go. All right. So, anyways, right.
Yeah, but then it starts to stack, right? We have the kicked messages with all these my daddy references.
Right.
With regardless of what you say, there are 2 different authors of those messages, regardless of what you say, right? They're not both you. They're both your devices. Your devices mix, but the phrasing is different. It changes. It's not the same person. So we know we have multiple account logins with Snapchat. We have 2 different people using Kick Messenger, talking to people from your residence.
Right.
I mean,
that's crazy.
all that, 100% sure. We know it. We know it for a fact. So remove yourself from it, the bullshit, and trying to pick out every individual piece. It just starts to stack. It just keeps stacking. The phone. The phone you said you had, all your search history was deleted from 210 to 215. There's nothing in between.
Wow.
So now what's interesting about all that is all those other phones have complete histories. Nothing is gone.
Isn't that weird? So like the 210 might have been the time of the sleepover, because that was that weekend. It was like Saturday. So let's see, the 13th.
Wasn't it like the day before or the weekend?
Yeah, so it was like, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's right around there. So he might have been communicating before, then the sleepover, and then boom, it's all been deleted the day after they were found. Man, that's crazy. Yeah. And all the different phone logins and communications happening are originating from his house. So it has to be either Kegan or Tony, or
And
both.
also think about this, Gray. He had been talked to way prior to this about child porn, right?
Yeah.
So he does
2017.
not search the phrase, can the police look up your IP address, until Libby and Abby are murdered. He doesn't even look that up until then. So my question is, he's been doing this for years. He continues to look at child porn for all of this time. And during none of that time was he paranoid or searching, can police look up your IP address? So why all of a sudden? And that
Well, when did he do this search for that?
They don't give an exact date.
Yeah, so it could have been back then. What if that was on the cell phone? Yeah, we're on, because that could have been on one of the cell phone discoveries from 2017.
Let me see. But I wonder too, like how it's making me think that exactly what they're saying is
because he's not aware of stuff, and he's really adamant about certain things. But although he's a liar too, so
yeah, I'm wondering if it's the dad.
Right. I mean, it's either the dad or Kegan that are making these communications now. Was there somebody else though on the outside that they would communicate with, maybe through Dropbox or something? Because remember, it uncovered the largest pedophile ring in, one of the largest in Indiana state history.
And they're saying, so now what's interesting is that all those other phones have complete histories and nothing is gone. Some of those phones are like 2015. But the one that is searching about, the stories about Abby and Libby, and I don't know.
Yeah, so that must have been around that time though, because he deleted 210 to 2, and also they collected all of his phones. They had all of his phones within like 2 weeks, So he hasn't. I don't know what then he's got some new phones since then, but I don't think any of these searches are on those. I think they're those ones that they collected originally. So maybe that search. Well, anyways.
All right.
That's pretty interesting though. 210 to 215. I mean, that's perfect. 213 and was when they were murdered. 214 was when they were found. The sleepover was like the 10th or 11th. I mean, it's like it covers every day except. I mean, even it's freaking nuts.
So during the time frame where this grooming would have been built up to the meeting, it's gone. It's wiped from your phone, but your other devices are complete. So it all starts to stack. The complexity of your Anthony Schatz persona, the cars, the influence of Lamborghinis, Ferraris.
Yeah.
It's not you. It's not your idea. You and I both know it's not your idea.
What do you mean? What do you mean that's not my idea? To take pictures of money. See, there's that money account. See, there you go. Of money and stuff and send them to people. What makes you think that's not my idea?
The complexity of it, okay? It's just not you.
What, are you calling me an idiot? No, I don't know.
Is it?
I mean, like I said, I mean, the only other person that had access to my phone is him. Him?
Not at that time.
Oh. No, I promise you, anytime.
Not in Vegas.
Right, not in Vegas, yeah.
When you're searching nonstop about the Delphi investigation, when you're supposed to be on vacation, when you're still actually sending Snapchats to Liberty, when you know she's dead, messages.
I don't ever remember doing that.
Well, I'm telling you, you did, and that's a fact.
And then oh, that's you. Like that could be sending that message to a ton of people, like on Snapchat. I would do that all the time, send them to 40 to 50 people.
Okay.
Who? What's he talking about? Like that?
Yeah, so it says you were sending her Snapchats even when you knew she's dead. So basically the way Snapchat works is you have these streaks that go back and forth. So like my daughter will take a picture of the ceiling and she'll literally just click everybody on the list, blah, 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 blah,
Oh,
and send that one thing, because
I see.
Snapchat's really weird. You just go back and forth with pictures unless you're having conversations with people. So could he have done that? Sure. And not realize she was one of the people when you select all of them? Yes, but
Okay.
so that makes sense. But
I guess I'll say it again. Like that could be me sending that message to a ton of people. Like on Snapchat, I would do that all the time. Send them to 40, 50 people at once.
okay, but again, that one in there that
I don't know what you mean. I had nothing to do with that. So, I mean, I know, I get she's dead. I get you guys want to find someone. But I literally have no clue, you know.
when you walked in here and said, I'm not a car guy,
I'm not, so I have a Lamborghini. His dad is, though.
look at.
I know what a Lamborghini is. What do you mean?
Well, of course, everyone does, but
A Lamborghini 458 Italian, that's what that car is. And I'm not a car guy. I don't even have my license. So I'm a broke guy. I have no cars. Yeah, I mean, I know what cars are, though.
let me ask you, why would you, after you failed the polygraph about knowing about the Delphi investigation, come home, delete your Snapchat and your Instagram, which you used to communicate with Libby, and then you searched how long does DNA last? Why would you do that?
I have no clue. I don't know. Probably because they DNA tested me. Right. Well, that the only reason you care about that is you want to make, that's like he's an idiot right there, because, well, they DNA tested me, so I was wondering how long it lasted at the crime scene to see if I was in trouble. It's like, what a weird.
How have they? Wow.
That's a really terrible answer to that question.
Oh my gosh, no offense to these officers, but I really wish they had some hard asses in here who broke this guy down, because they have all this information off these phones. Somebody could have been in this guy's face and broke him.
I wonder if
he's searching how long DNA lasts.
But remember how he was going to get out of the interview early? So maybe you almost need a couple guys that are a little weaker that he thinks he can outwit. You get a really smart guy in there, he probably would have caved in like in the first couple of minutes. They never even got anywhere near it. But isn't that crazy? Oh yeah. I checked to see how long DNA lasts at the crime scene, probably because I was tested for DNA. And I knew my DNA was at the crime scene, so I wanted to make sure, see how long it lasted. That's what it sounds like he's saying. Right?
No. Like, is the rain going to wash it away, allegedly? I don't know.
Yeah. So they obviously have DNA, right, on that body, because why else would they DNA test me?
But why would you worry about your DNA being on that body?
I wouldn't, but see, he just did it.
Then why'd you search?
Common question. That's just a common thing to freak out about. Like, why? You know what I mean? No, it's really not.
I don't, because you giving DNA.
Right. So you obviously know I didn't do it.
What? Right.
Yeah.
Right. But then you're starting to think.
See, like.
Why would you search?
Saying, I don't know what this is. You want people to do that, but I wasn't.
Why would you care how long DNA lasts? What if it lasted 100 years? What would it matter to you if it was on the body? Then it wouldn't matter, right? Yeah. But you knew 110% your DNA wouldn't be there, right?
Hey, full disclosure, I bet you neither of us have ever looked that up. Like, just type that in, and I do crime stuff all the time. It's like, I never thought, gosh, how long does DNA... It can last a million, like it depends on how it's preserved, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like one of those things where it's just kind of obvious, but it's never like I was so freaked out I need to go look at it.
What a weird thing to search. How long does DNA last?
Yeah.
Where? Mm-hmm. Last where?
Yeah.
Just give me a second. Sorry. Go all the way into the other room, please. I don't want him searching these terms.
Oh boy. How long does DNA last? Oh, here it comes.
Yeah, he's gonna go look, come back. I know the answer to that question. No,
Right. So that's my part. Right.
right. All right. So why does it matter how long it lasts?
Because I wondered if the person had DNA on their body, if they actually knew who the person was. But that doesn't answer that question.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. How doesn't it?
Because it doesn't. It doesn't.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking these people think I killed someone. So if they actually have DNA on the body, they're going to know that I didn't do it. But if there's no DNA on the body, then it's obvious that, like, okay, well, that's weird.
But again, that just
Failed the polygraph.
adds to it. Everything he just said, it's stacking the whole thing.
It's not, though. If you get what I'm saying, if you were all smart enough, you'd realize that it really didn't. Like,
I don't understand.
I literally have no clue how that girl died. I don't know anything. I had anything to do with it. Yeah, that is a weird-ass coincidence that I happened to talk to her. Like, I get that, though, you know?
And then we go again. Something else that stacks on top of this is when you talk to the investigators. I mean, this is fresh in your mind. You just got back from Vegas.
25th.
You've been nonstop searching this stuff. You've been talking about it with the other girl that knew Libby. You've been searching it before you went to Vegas. And then you tell investigators, I was with my dad all day. We went to my grandma, my grandpa at noon.
No, I told them I didn't know what was. Yeah, that's weird too, because he does say that in the. I think he says that in the Barbara McDonald interview. No, wait, I can't even remember now when that was. When did he talk about that the first time, about how he was with his dad?
Up here in this document, he does talk about being out sightseeing and all of that with his dad.
Yeah, but I thought there was a thing where he was talking.
No. I know what you're talking about.
That was Barbara McDonald, right?
But also I thought that he talked about it up here as well, saying that
Before you went to Vegas. And then,
that his dad wakes up between 12 and 1 usually, and then they
yeah, was that in this document?
lunch.
I don't remember because it's been 4 or 5 days now, but
I think it was.
It could be. Almost felt like that was in the Barbara McDonald bit.
It might have been.
Yeah, because they do talk about how he talked about that, and he says, "No, I told them," because they're referring back to those interviews, so maybe I don't know. But actually, Barbara McDonald's after, so shit, I don't even know. No, I told them I didn't know what. Yeah, no. Let's see. No, I told them I didn't know what. I mean, I don't ever leave, so like, yeah, I'm probably out at his house, really, but I mean.
I'm telling again.
I don't remember everything I did.
Well, I'm refreshing your memory.
Like I told them that I would go and see my grandma and grandpa, like a lot.
No, for a fact, audio, video recorded on your interview, you told them a few days after this happened, you were with your dad all day, and that you went to your grandparents.
Every let's see, day? Every did? Really? I don't know what that means.
From on your interview said you either said 12 to 2 or 12 to 3, and then you came back home. That's what you said.
Right.
That's not I don't remember. That's what you said, right?
So what does it say on your interview? You either said 12 or 2 or 12 to 3 and then came home.
Right, because he did say something about leaving and then they came back, and that they were definitely all together. That he was together.
Well, what he said on the whatever that was, he said that sometimes we, I was with him at 5 o'clock and we were watching at my grandparents' house watching the pay-per-view wrestling. But and then normally we would have lunch sometime during the day, but my dad would go to sleep till 1 or 2 every day. Mm-hmm. I remember that part.
Yeah.
So the interview you said, let me see. With your dad all day. You went to your grandparents. On your interview, you said you either said 12 or to. I mean, it makes a big difference because the murders happened I mean, they were dropped off at 1:37, and the murders happened. They were apparently killed by, I think it was 3:30 at the latest. So it's like right in that time frame there. But anyways, right.
No, you're on 23.
Oh yeah, no, because he was like, "Hey, you really need to think about this."
Right, and you
really need to think about this.
And that's what
so
you
I was
said.
like, well, I mean,
well, your phone doesn't line up to that. And again, that's another fact. You don't have to remember it.
Okay, where was my phone at? Please tell me.
So it was at your residence.
It was all day because I don't ever leave there.
What would that say?
Maybe it talks about the grandparents' name, but they didn't want that out there or something. I don't know. Where was my phone?
So until
when?
You went to somewhere near your grandparents' house, but you did not go to your grandparents' house. So you say something, and I say where?
And I go,
you're telling me somebody's house, but
okay. So like Jim Bob, where? Jim Bob's house.
Okay.
I'm that's the only other place I go. He sold me weed. That's literally the only other place I go.
So why lie several times?
Well, I don't. He's about to say I lie because.
Yeah. Well,
he was about to say I lie because I mean I don't.
Because my DNA.
I think I don't think I ever lied. But I'm saying if I left my house on that day, it was to my grandparents or to the Jim Bob's house, the dope dealer.
You said in an interview, audio recorded to 2 law enforcement officers, including an FBI agent.
Right.
You said, I was here at home from this to this time. Then I went to my grandparents, and then we went right back home, and I was with my dad the entire time. Done.
Okay.
I know that for a fact because you said it, and that's what you said.
Okay.
But now you're telling me.
Let me see. You said I was here at home from this time to this time. Then I went to my grandparents. Then we went right back home. He doesn't mention going to Jim Bob's house. Okay. But now you're telling. Okay. Now you're telling me. Where were you last? So he says, countering him, being a smart ass, he says, where were you last Monday at 7:45? Mm-hmm.
Probably at home. But again.
Okay, I was probably at home.
But what I'm telling you.
I mean, do you get what I'm saying, though? Like, I mean, you don't. Okay.
I don't.
Okay, where were you Monday at 7:45?
Kegan, this is not about me.
Why don't you know? See,
No.
you see what I'm saying, though? Like, people don't remember every little thing about life.
They do when it involves them.
When I had nothing to do with it, so why would I even remember what I was doing?
But you were one of the last people to. This is why.
Okay.
This is such a big deal.
But if I did that, don't you think I would know exactly where I was at?
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's what you told people, but it was a lie.
Okay, so where was my phone at?
I told you it was at your house.
Exactly.
And then it went where? It wasn't at Grandma and Grandpa's.
Let's see. Where was it?
I'll tell you that much.
Where was it? In Peru?
Yep.
Exactly.
Country Club Road. Whose house is that?
Country Club Road, I have no clue. That's where my grandma lived. I mean, my grandma lives out by...
Papa.
Yeah. Papa Pike, yeah.
Right. It wasn't there.
Country Club Road and Papa Pike meet. They actually live right at the intersection of both. The grandparents do, right at the intersection. All right.
I understand that, but you connected to a Wi-Fi source that was in that house.
No, I did not. I'm telling you 1,000% I don't go anywhere besides Jim Bob's and my grandma's.
So why did you tell the investigators that you went there when you didn't?
I don't know if that's Jim Bob. That might be that girl that he dated. I don't even know. But anyways.
No, it's the weed dealer.
Yeah, but it looked like it had a longer black spot. I don't know. Maybe it was Jim Bob and he just cut it short to Jim. So maybe I was absolutely.
JB. That's right.
Because he was like, well, where do you ever go? That's the only places I go. I don't know what I was doing on that day 2 weeks ago. I don't fucking know.
So
It's like if someone asked me right now, what were you doing 2 weeks ago on a Monday? I have not the slightest clue.
Okay, so then with your logic then, back then, when you said that maybe you weren't with your dad all day then?
Right?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so right.
I mean, I went to my...
Could it be possible?
Yeah, I mean, the only time I ever really left my dad was when I would go to Jim Bob's house, really, and get weed. That's about it.
And you would search?
I didn't have a car.
Okay, did you...
Nowhere to go.
Would it be normal for you to look at porn at your grandma and grandpa's house?
No.
Because that's what you were doing on your phone at the time you said
That's fine.
that you were there.
I wasn't doing that, though.
Then who was?
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I don't...
It's not...
I don't hang out with no one besides...
So how do you
Jim
know blank did it then? Because you don't remember what happened.
All this pointing to him, like, more and more. Like, the more you keep saying, like, I'm like, if I'm not at my grandma and grandpa's house, I'm not with my dad. I would be at Jim Bob's house. Did I get fucked up that day? I have no clue. I was just doing...
Stab me in the eyes.
Why is that? Wait, hold on. I gotta play it. This is for your part. Come on.
Huh?
There it is.
Huh?
Why is that?
Who was...
The friend I went to school with.
He's like one of your best friends as well, is he not?
I mean, he's a good friend, yeah.
How come when you rattled off your list of friends you'd known previously, you omitted blank?
I don't know. Why would I?
Yeah, he's pretty much like seeming like one of your best friends, if not your best friend.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good friend of mine, sure.
So you gave them a list of your friends twice when they interviewed you previously, and you completely omitted. You didn't even mention him. And even today, you still haven't mentioned him. And you even asked me why when I asked you.
Because there's a reason why. Why don't you look up Jim Bob, Indiana? Look that up. I don't know what that means. Okay.
No, tell me why, because I have no idea.
Because he's a drug dealer, big time. I don't want my name associated with someone that sells pounds of weed, just ounces. I don't want that. He doesn't really say that, but I don't want to say that. And then in the Peru Police Department be like, okay, well, he messes with someone that, you know, sells large amounts of weed. Let's watch him. Let's arrest him.
You just said blank sells you weed and you're fine with associating with him.
I mean, Jim Bob don't have no weed. I really don't. Oh wait, somebody else doesn't.
He sells you weed.
Yeah, but I'm saying like.
But you associate with him, and you.
Okay, well.
So this is two
an
different.
Ounce
people.
is a lot different than a pound.
So these are two different people. Okay, the one with the shorter name is like a little drug dealer dude who sells amounts of weed or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other dude with the longer name is a big drug dealer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Allegedly. All right. Then a pound. Okay. Why?
Well, the cops aren't gonna come raid his house over an ounce of weed.
If he's selling weed, absolutely.
Okay, well, you guys need something better to do if you're raiding people's houses for an ounce of weed.
So he just gets 1 ounce and he gets it and he puts it on the table and he goes, that's for Kegan, 1 ounce. That's how I'm going to make money as a drug dealer. I'm going to sell 1 ounce to one particular
Did I say
person.
that?
You said he only has 1 ounce of weed.
What I'm saying is a small-time drug dealer is a lot different than someone that's selling pounds of weed. That's a big difference.
And why were you good friends with him?
Why do you think? I had no job. I mean, put it together. You know what I mean? I mean, see what I'm saying? He's getting a lot different here.
Yeah.
You know, with the back and forth.
Gotta settle down, Kegan.
Figure out if...
Why did you blow him off in Vegas?
Well, because I get the weed or nothing. I could not get anything if he wanted, and anything he wanted. Oh, let's see, what is it? I could not get anything he wanted. And I looked for it out there, and I'm sure you looked at my phone when I met that guy, right? I'm sure you know about me meeting some guy in Vegas, right? See, I'm wondering about that right there.
Yeah, he was trying to get probably a specific strain or a different drug.
But it could be more.
Couldn't get it.
Yeah, like that part there. But then the specific guy that he met there, he really, I mean, I remember reading it the first time. He really keeps trying to get them to know, okay, the guy was for dope. It was for dope. But what if it was really to sell something else? You know, because now there's this other angle we've got with the, maybe the snuff film type situation, or just child porn, and they went to Vegas right after the murders. So we don't know. I mean, but it's pretty, there's a lot of doors that have been opened up into crazy scenarios recently.
They could have videotaped it and he could have sold it to somebody. Oh my Lord, please, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm sure you know what about me meeting some guy in Vegas, right?
Okay, but what I'm more concerned about.
No, I think it's
Wait, no, I haven't read this yet.
Yeah.
What I'm more concerned about is that, boy, did we just give you something from two sides. All right.
Where are you?
What I'm more concerned about is that we just gave you something from 2017 that you were able to remember just like that.
Because I know he's my best friend.
But yet know nothing about a girl that was murdered. You remember...
Yeah, because I didn't know her. Yeah, I don't spend years of my life with a person that got murdered. Yeah. What? I know, so, like, that is like my good friend. Yeah, I know stuff about him. What do you mean? That's totally different.
But then you just told us, well, I don't want to associate with him.
I'm trying to figure out what that meant. What does that mean?
So basically, they gave him a memory from before, and he remembered it immediately, but you don't remember anything about talking to Libby, and you don't remember all this stuff with her.
But this part right here.
I mean, it's kind of a stupid point, because he went to high school with the drug dealer guy. He's known him for years and years, so I don't even know why the cop brought this up.
But what about this part here that says, yeah, I don't spend years of my life with a person that got murdered?
Yeah, because he knows that guy for years, is what they're trying to say. So they brought up something from years ago about the drug dealer dude. And yes, Kegan remembered it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, there was a girl that got murdered. Oh, right. So there was a girl that got...
Yeah, and they're saying, well, you don't remember anything about Libby. Well, that was a dumb point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to tell them his name. What do you mean? I don't want to be like, yeah, I know.
Okay, and they would have just said, okay.
No, you can put wheels in motion. I mean, it's not hard to find out who he is and what he's been arrested for and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
And Joe's never been arrested?
Well, I don't think so, no. Not that I know of. He went into the military. I don't think he ever got arrested.
What did you mean when you said all this was pointing towards...
Like, do you see how I'm on someone's country, whatever you said, country club road, on someone's Wi-Fi? I've never been to anyone's house on Country Club Road, ever. I don't even know where that's at out there. I just know that those roads meet, or it's something country with Paw Pike. I literally have no clue. Like, I don't know anyone. I don't know anything about that whole case. Like, yeah, it looks terrible, but I promise you. Like, I know you guys are looking for that person, and it's not me. I know absolutely nothing, and I get the whole Brummett thing is like weird too. I guess that was an accidental leaving of a name in there. It's like weird too, but I swear I don't know anything.
Yes, you do, man.
I swear to God, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I really don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
I can't wrap my head around why you're willing to put all of this on you. Why are you protecting somebody else?
Who am I protecting? What are you talking about?
I mean, obviously said you didn't kill him, right?
Yeah. What the fuck, yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
But what they're telling him is all these conversations happen from your phone. I mean, it's like you're admitting it comes from your phone. I don't know.
I mean, is he just getting this right now? When you look on the next page, is he just understanding this? I think he is, but okay.
You think I know who killed them?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely, because, and you know why I know that?
Well, you're obviously terrible at your job if you really honestly think that you're absolutely terrible at your job, sir. I'm sorry to say that, but...
Do you know who killed those girls?
No.
Hang on. I'm not literally asking you that right now. Do you know for sure who killed those girls? No. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. You did say no both times in your polygraph, and guess what? That was deception.
Hey, a lot of people fail those lie detectors. What are you talking about? Why do you think they can't be used in court?
No, not there.
There's a reason that you can't.
There's a
polygraph
double homicide
in court because people fail it like me who have anxiety problems that are freaking out.
But those people that fail for other cases or whatever you're referencing weren't talking to the victim of a crime the day of. They weren't grooming them.
O.J. Simpson, yeah. Yes, he was.
Well, what'd you do? Look that up too?
Yeah, I know about what do you mean?
But
you don't know who O.J. Simpson is? Or no?
They weren't sending pictures to the victim. Didn't say it's bad that I'm super into you. I just don't understand why you're protecting the person. I mean, was it as simple as that? She just said, hey, I'm going to the High Bridge, and you told somebody?
I literally have no clue about anything about that.
But yet you were.
Yeah, so what are they saying right here? Are they saying that she did say something? Like, I mean, was it simple as that she just said, hey, I'm going to the High... God, I wonder if she said that. I wonder if she actually did say that. That's something that they're telling him she said. That's crazy if that's in there. I literally have no clue about anything about that.
But yet you were.
You can come in here and literally talk for 24 hours straight. I don't know anything about that.
But yet you remembered 110% that you had a conversation with a guy in Vegas on 2/23.
Because I'm supposed to make thousands of dollars. Yes.
About buying weed?
Yes.
Buying to get to smoke weed?
No.
You said you talked.
To sell weed. I talked to him about so-and-so. He said, so why didn't you bring it up? Why did you bring it up? I met that guy to talk about weed. I couldn't find it from that guy. He didn't have what I needed.
You don't associate yourself with.
That's it. I mean, not to the cops, I don't. Of course I don't. Why would I associate? No.
So why blow him off?
Because I couldn't get it. I met with that guy. That's the only guy I could find. Met him on Craigslist. See, that's weird. He keeps bringing up this guy. And it's like, I don't even think he's...
You don't meet drug dealers on Craigslist.
Yeah, I don't think this guy...
But you definitely meet people who buy porn. Crazy shit.
Yeah, so I think this guy, the reason he keeps talking about him, bringing him up for no reason at all, it's really kind of strange. I mean, he thinks that I think he believes that they think something else about that guy, and he's trying to worm out of it.
Really weird.
Yeah, it's something there, it seems like. But.
So that's very concerning. So he met the weed guy in Vegas on Craigslist? Absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't believe that for 2 seconds.
That'd be stupid.
There's so much bad stuff as far as pornography and child stuff on the Craigslist and the back page, and oh wow, so okay. So he says, why not meet and tell him that?
It's literally because he's waiting on it. If he's waiting on me, hey, I need you to find me this.
Are you scared of somebody? I mean, what are they going to do if you say something?
I swear on... No, I literally don't know anything. Like, I was supposed to make thousands of dollars by finding him that weed. That's it. See, isn't that weird? The word weed is... The weed is weed. The word weed is porn.
Absolutely.
That's what
you
I
know
think.
why?
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because, okay, if I've got a friend like Gray Hughes and my pal, and he sometimes sells weed for a couple bucks, right? But straight drop, just somebody we both know, he's a big drug dealer, right? And here I am, and I'm going to go to Vegas for the weekend with my dad. There's no possible way either of these people are picking me, the purchaser of weed, to go find this big connection to make thousands of dollars. Either the little weed dealer goes to the big weed dealer and finds it, or the big weed dealer goes to the bigger weed dealer and finds it. They don't use the user, the weed smoker, to go find you weed in Vegas off Craigslist.
Yeah.
That would be a sting operation. There's absolutely no way. Does anybody in the chat smoke weed? Do you know a drug dealer? I knew plenty in my day. There's absolutely no way. I think you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Weed means porn or child. It means something.
I was supposed to make
different.
thousands of dollars selling porn, but he didn't want to buy it. That's what that's saying.
There's absolutely no way.
Or something. I couldn't find a buyer or whatever it was. I mean, he might have even sold it, but he's just coming up with some crazy,
so this is the Vegas dude, right? Okay. But you went there with your dad. You were sightseeing and searching child porn the whole time you were there. And you spent the whole day sightseeing, and then you're
Abby and Libby searches
Delphi stuff.
And then you're there, and you meet with this random guy that you keep bringing up over and over again. And
I thought it was like somebody new.
I think it's like a Craigslist person, right?
But he didn't know. That's what I was thinking. Like, he had this connect in Vegas that he was going to go meet for the ounces dude, but you literally met him on Craigslist.
So now some random guy that almost seems like he was trying to unload whatever something that they just got back from Delphi in Indiana. They were selling over there to somebody, and they're trying to make it seem like that person was for pot because they somehow think that they've got information on that. And he thinks
we have to keep in our minds that the police originally told him this is one of the largest child pornography rings they've ever seen in Indiana.
Yep, in the Dropbox.
Started with his phone.
With the Dropbox on his phone,
Yeah.
And so you wonder, hey, I've got something to sell you. I mean, that's what it sounds like,
Absolutely. He wasn't there. You don't, and you also don't search Craigslist to find specialized. No, absolutely not.
And you wouldn't need to go to You wouldn't need to go to Las Vegas to buy specialized.
And you don't go meet random people from Craigslist where there's no proof of who they are, because you could be walking into a trap.
Right.
You absolutely don't do that unless it's somebody you were chatting with on the child pornography webs that they have there, which easily could have been Craigslist. So if his search history shows Craigslist, there's plenty of codes that they use to make it look like they're talking about something else when they're specifically talking about children.
Yeah.
So if they know that he has that history in there, that's why he's saying that. Everybody knows you don't buy weed off Craigslist. This is unbelievable.
So where are you on line 6?
That just set me off. I'm not talking about the weed anymore.
Yeah, it's not weed, but
please tell me these police know this and they somehow bust him out before we get to the end of this situation. I can't.
I don't know.
Oh.
So where are you at? 4?
You're at number 7.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying.
Who are you afraid to tell that was using the Anthony Shots account?
No, but I told you that's the only other person that could have my phone.
Not in Vegas.
That's literally it. I mean, that's literally it, I said. And then not in Vegas. Okay.
He's not talking to Liberty.
I don't remember talking to them.
So who was? Okay, then who was?
I don't know. Obviously, it was me, but I don't remember it. You know what I mean? I just don't remember talking to him. Right.
We had this case a while back, and this guy was touching this little kid, was in the bathroom, and overloaded the toilet. So he yells for help, and the dad gets pissed off, comes at the kid. The mom intervenes. The dad punches the mother. You know, she runs away. He chases her down, hits her, bites her in the stomach, runs back inside, slams the kid's head into the toilet, fractures his orbital socket, puts him upside down, and starts dunking his head into the toilet that was overflowed.
Jesus Christ, isn't that the friend? Isn't that my stepbrother? No, I'm just kidding.
Now, what would you think about that guy?
He should get hung right now. He should be killed.
So that guy should get killed.
Yeah, 1,000%.
What do you think that person is capable of?
This is that trick they always try to do. Like, I want to know what punishment you assign. Remember that same thing with in the Wells case. Remember they tried to ask him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course, they asked Don, and he's like, "Well,
what do you think that person is capable of?" Well, that's what you said.
Yeah. What do you think a person like that is capable of?
Probably anything, because he killed some kid.
He didn't kill the kid. The kid lived.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, he obviously tried to kill his kid. Whether he lived or not, I still think he should die. Either way, because he obviously attempted murder on the kid. So
I'm gonna step out for a second. I'll be right back. Do you have enough water? Do you need anything? I appreciate your help.
Oh, is that what he said? He says that I appreciate
you.
And I want you to know I'm literally not. Ooh, there's the ly. I'm literally not lying to you.
Chris McDonough, can you please bring Steve over here? We have a suspect saying literally.
I'm literally not lying to you. Like, I know this is your job, and I swear, I know. No, like, I get how bad.
Kegan.
Look.
Kegan.
No, will you please listen to me for 1 second? I know how bad.
It's hard for me to
know,
listen.
Okay, all right. Because people lie to you every single day.
Well, it's not only just people, but I sit here and I'm hearing you say that. I'm truly hearing you say that.
Right.
Okay? And my gosh, is it familiar? Because you said the same thing to the investigators when they talked to you about this before.
Exactly. So my story's the same.
And I'm not talking about the Delphi stuff. I'm talking about the child porn and the child solicitation. You talked to underage girls. You said the same thing to them before you admitted to it. So that's why it's hard for me to believe that, because I hear what you're saying. And you said the same thing when I know for a fact you're lying, because then eventually you told the truth.
Well, yeah.
Eventually you did.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So are you telling me that?
Well, once they put the pictures out and they're like, hey, here's the evidence we got. Yeah, I'm like, of course.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's why it's hard to believe that. And then, like Deputy Clinton said, you have this whole stack. And I mean, like, you can argue, like the small town thing again, absolutely. You can argue you're a concerned citizen, that this happened in your backyard, it's close. You can argue that for sure. But when you're thrown into what you literally talked to her right before.
I get what you're saying. I get you say that.
Before she was
understand.
killed.
I get how that looks. Trust me.
Then you tell investigators that you only talked to her once and you blocked her.
That's what I remember. Do you remember that, though? How do you remember that little piece? How do you remember that one little detail that you blocked?
Out of the hundreds of girls you were grooming.
Yeah.
You remember blocking her because she was annoying you.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
You kept her friend, and you were shocked when the friend messaged you, did you hear about Libby?
No, wow, you almost said exactly what they just said. We're just okay, I get what you're saying. Or did you just
said?
Oh, and then But what I'm saying in my memory, that's what happened. I don't remember ever talking to her like that. I remember.
So why do you have altered memory?
I
I
For
feel
what?
you feel somewhat responsible
For what?
for them dying.
Why would I feel responsible for something I know nothing about? What do you mean?
You don't. I mean, when you tell me I know nothing about this, right? That doesn't make sense because you researched it. You researched.
I did not breathe. Well, oh my God! So every single person that like Google searched about them dying as a suspect. Now we're full circle. He said that.
But those people don't tell me, well, I know nothing about this case. I don't know anything about this case. I never talked to the girl who died.
Because I don't remember.
Um,
Everything, I mean, I don't remember ever talking to the girl that died.
but I'm telling you, you did.
Okay, I get what you're telling me, but I don't remember that. So I'm not lying to you. If I don't remember it, how am I lying to you? I mean, I get what he's saying. I get what he's trying to do.
So I'll give you a scenario. Then you tell me. You sit in my shoes, okay?
I know. Trust me.
Just know. I want to give you a scenario, and I want you to tell me your honest opinion.
Okay.
All right. So you're working a case, okay? So let's say the case was a gas station robbery.
Right.
Okay. And you're the investigator, and you see the video camera of this guy walking in, and he robs the place. He shoots and kills somebody. Okay. Then you need to talk to him, and he goes, I don't remember that. What would you do?
I mean,
I'm not saying you killed anybody, but
right.
what would you do in my shoes? Okay.
Right. I would investigate it.
You have him on video, right? You have evidence. You have all this evidence showing that it was him.
Yeah.
But he tells you he doesn't remember.
So where's any of the evidence that you have?
Just
that's pretty good though. Yeah. That's not evidence. I mean, or maybe it's just text or something. That's not evidence. That's me talking to that's not evidence of me killing anyone. I can't even remember a time I've been to Delphi.
Ah, God.
And let's see.
I didn't say that you did.
I know I don't know anyone that. I don't know anyone that.
Listen.
Did.
So we're talking about evidence, right?
Right.
We have evidence.
Court of law evidence.
Physically talking to a girl that was murdered. Right before she died. And we have a witness statement that talked to Anthony Schatz that said that they were talking about a meetup. Even to the point so far that she said Anthony Schatz told her when they said, oh my God, what happened? Hey, I was supposed to meet her, but she didn't show up. That's evidence.
I didn't think I ever said that. I don't think I ever said that.
I don't. That goes back to the I don't remember a thing.
I don't think I ever said that.
Oh, the guy at the gas station.
I think you were saying to.
But that, okay, well, I'm telling you.
Okay, well.
And if you don't remember, it doesn't mean it didn't happen. And I'm not saying that you did it, but we need to know why did it.
You do.
And the only person right now that you're telling me had access to the Anthony Schatz account was you. And the only person that used your phone for the Anthony Schatz account was you.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I killed two people.
I didn't say that. But you sure did tell her that you were supposed to meet her and she didn't show up, because that's evidence. That's true fact evidence, okay? So let's just focus on that one minute detail. That conversation happened. That went back and forth, and again, I'll refresh your mind, where the girl contacted Anthony Schatz and said, did you hear what happened at Liberty? And Anthony Schatz responded, oh my God, what happened? And then she goes and tells him what happened. And Anthony Schatz says, well, I was supposed to meet that girl, but she never showed up. So now let's focus on that one conversation of evidence we know is true. And it doesn't matter if you remember it or not.
Right.
But who then would have had access? Who would have said that then? If it wasn't you who supposedly, and you're the only one who has access to,
Nobody.
who would have said? But we know that's not.
I'm like saying nobody had access but me. So
then it was you who said that.
So I don't know what I'm saying is I don't remember saying that, but it had to be me if I'm the only person
Right.
that uses it.
So why would you say I was going to meet her, but she never showed up? Why would you say that?
Why would I ever go meet somebody?
I don't know. You tell me.
Exactly, I wouldn't.
So
That's like me. Oh, whatever.
saying that. That's right. I need to know.
No, I'm saying I probably said, but what I'm saying is I would never go to meet someone. The girlfriend I have now, I wouldn't even meet, because I was like so nervous because of all the stuff that happened. I'm just
So
like.
then, did you give the information to someone else? I mean,
No.
Was there some sort of?
I
can see that happening. I mean, I can see you making a statement of, "Oh man, this girl wants to meet, and she's going to the High Bridge today," and then whoever you told that to went to the High Bridge that day.
About stuff like that, I would never talk to someone about girls I talk to or nothing. That's not what I would do.
But then again, we have to go back to that one narrow scope of a conversation we're looking at. Why would you say that to the other person? Why would you say, as Anthony Schatz, I was going to meet that girl and she didn't show up?
I don't know.
You know, even before we had the witness statement that Liberty was looking at meeting Anthony Schatz. So again, that's another piece where we're making this even bigger now and looking at this. Now we have multiple people saying that. Why would Anthony Schatz do that?
I don't know. I really don't have a clue. Like I said, I don't remember talking to her, so I don't know why I would say that.
Do you see why this needs clearing up?
Yeah, trust me. I know it needs cleared up. Yeah, you need to find the person that did it, though. Yeah.
Well, the person that did it, as in sending those messages, was you.
I'm talking about the person that killed them.
Okay, but, I need cleared up why.
I told you for the past 30 minutes.
Listen.
I've told you. I'm not lying. I don't know anyone who did this. I didn't do it. I don't know anyone about I don't know any of that.
You just said you knew
I'm saying I don't know who looked into her fucking window.
But
I know.
What I'm
I don't
telling
know
you
anything about that.
Is we need to clear up the statement of Anthony Schatz.
I said it
we
3
need to do that.
times now. I never remembered saying that. If I said it, I don't remember saying that.
Okay, but as a law enforcement officer, you investigating a murder at a gas station.
Yeah.
God, somebody stab us. Just because the person that you have on video and you have the evidence that did it says, well, I don't know. Can you just leave it at that?
You have to get evidence in a court of law.
You have the video.
Yeah. Is his face showing in that video and everything?
I want to punch you.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Oh, there you're on me. Well, then take him to court. What do you mean?
Right.
Right.
So we have to clear it up. Just because someone says they don't remember doesn't mean they didn't do it.
I mean,
that's the point I'm trying to make.
I get what you're saying. Yes, I totally understand.
Because we know for a fact Anthony Schatz said those things.
Right.
And that's why it needs cleared up.
Right.
And again, you saying you don't know doesn't clear anything up.
Well, that's what you're going to get out of me because I really don't know. I don't remember saying that. That just goes to show you how serious, I have talked to so many girls, I don't even remember saying that.
But again, I mean, we go back to the whole thing. You talk to a lot of girls, but unfortunately, one of the girls that you're talking to was killed.
I understand that. Or I understand that. Okay.
That's why this needs cleared up.
Yeah. So don't you think maybe I would think about that in my mind?
Absolutely, and that's
exactly. So why would I be saying I don't know?
And that's why you search, can you trace IP addresses from social media? That's why you listen to the audio clip. That's why you did the server search information to see how much information gets stored on servers, because you were thinking about it. Especially on a vacation, you're supposed to be having fun. You're supposed to be in Vegas having fun.
Wow, that's crazy. I'd love to see all those searches. Because that's nuts right there, to be searching those things. Man, that server thing, isn't that server thing about work and stuff?
Right.
I mean, searching about servers and stuff, that would have to be something with my work.
So right after, and I'm talking minutes that you were searching, police continue to pursue leads in Delphi girl's murder. Oh, wait. No. So right after, and I'm talking minutes, you're searching, police continue to pursue leads in Delphi girl's murder. Girls missing after posting Snapchat messages. That's an article. All I mean is that girls missing after posting Snapchat messages article, you search, can you trace IP from social media? So you were thinking about the Delphi investigation.
They were wondering if they were looking at him and seeing that he was searching for those things. God.
Right.
Wow.
So he read the article that said girls missing after posting Snapchat messages.
Right.
He reads that and then he searches, can you trace IP addresses from social media?
Yeah, like, because then he's nervous that he read that because he knows he had something to do with it. Jeez.
Well, from
something.
social media. That's why he was deleting Snapchat. Snapchat is social media. He wants his IP address disconnected from that Snapchat.
But it seems like
because
he was reading.
Says the girls were posting Snapchat messages. He was talking to Libby through Snapchat. So he knew, shit, can they look at my IP address on Snapchat?
But these things that he was searching for right here, where he says that you're searching, police continue to pursue leads in Delphi murder. Girls missing after posting Snapchat messages articles. And then he says, I mean that's that girls missing after posting Snapchat messages and articles you search, and then can you trace IP from social media? So you're wondering, I'm thinking that as he's looking at these articles, that they're wondering, well, I guess he could be checking for any of those things, but he's looking at those articles, and I was wondering if if they could see that he was reading about these articles, but he's also probably checking, can you trace IP from social media? Because he knows he communicated with Libby on Snapchat.
100%. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Because he's looking up Delphi information, and one of the articles talks about the Snapchat thing. He knows for a fact he talked to her through Snapchat.
So he's sitting there going, "Holy shit!
Yeah. What am I gonna do?"
Yeah. Wow. So they go. They know Snapchat now. So now, wow. It's so damning on him. You know.
It really is.
I mean, everything we've just done in the last 20 minutes starts pointing more to him, but he doesn't look like the guy on the bridge. So that's the thing. That's what's weird about it. He doesn't look like that guy. He's too big.
So you were thinking about the Delphi investigation.
Is that where you're at right now? Oh, yeah. I probably was. Constantly. I thought
a few minutes later, there's where you start searching about internet servers. So you're just randomly reading all these articles about Delphi?
It's weird how he says constantly thinking about it, but he always tries to say, I don't know. I mean, I barely even thought about it.
It was in my backyard. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was in Vegas trying to find a weed dealer on Craigslist. Leave me alone.
So I guess that's where I am. I don't know.
About Delphi. Yeah.
I was obviously like, well, I talked to her friend and stuff, so they obviously could see that I talked to her. So here we go. On Snapchat. That's probably why I searched that. Because I was probably like, oh, fuck, I talked to that person. But he sort of finds an angle out on the fringe of that. You see how he does that?
But again, you didn't just talk to that person.
I know.
You talked to her.
Right. So if he had just talked to that friend, he wouldn't have cared if the police found that one. If it,
and here you go.
Yeah.
Why didn't he just put the hammer on him right there? because he says, but what I'm saying is I don't remember talking to her. So my brain, I was probably, no,
Yeah.
because the reason you were talking to the friend was about her. So you 100% know.
Yeah, you know
And
that's
you
going to lead back to
remember-
you, so you want to make sure.
Yeah, you remember that this girl is Liberty's friend. So you 100% know who Liberty is.
Yeah, and he talked to that girl for a long time. I know. I think I have some messages from way back then, like 3 pages.
Was he trying to do
of
sex
that.
stuff with her too? Or
Yeah,
no?
well, all of them. He has these long, drawn-out conversations where they send pictures and everything. I mean, it's really sick. And that friend actually feels bad because she said she's the one that introduced Libby to that person. I mean, isn't that
That's awful.
to the Shots account? Okay, but what I'm saying is I don't remember talking to her. Yeah, you keep going back to that. So in my brain, I was probably...
You told investigators you did.
Okay, but I'm not. I don't, though. I don't remember that now. Okay.
Why would you?
I don't remember even when I told them. I don't remember what I did last week. I don't remember my name.
See how you're picking and choosing the things you remember?
I don't remember my name, for God's sake. No.
Why am I here?
No, I wish you would see from my point of view. The whatever thing has nothing to do with me remembering anything.
No, I'm not talking about that. I mean, you sat here and you said the woman that interviewed you was very motherly. You remembered that she was very motherly.
I do remember her being really nice.
You remember that she told you needed to stop. And you remember you told you had a problem. So you remember all these things, but then you just sit here and tell me, I don't remember any of that.
Well, yeah,
But
because
that's the interview.
But remember,
she was part of the interview.
Yeah, but she's the one that told me to delete all the files off the computer, and but she didn't really say that. I just knew that what I was doing is wrong, and I want to turn the page of my life. I never said I didn't remember about that lady.
Oh my God! The interview. She was part of the interview. She's
okay.
the one.
So was the other guy screaming at me the whole time, trying to be the good cop, bad cop.
He did not scream at you in that interview.
Okay, maybe not scream. See, here we go with the stupid thing again. But maybe not scream, but you know what I mean. He's trying to do the whole thing, get in your face and try to get you to, listen, I'm not stupid.
When you interviewed in the bus and everything, no one got in your face.
I'm not talking about that.
I am.
I'm talking about in here.
Okay, I am.
Okay, well, I'm not. I don't even remember what I said to them.
But you're contradicting yourself.
I'm talking about in here. I remember everything I told them. I remember them showing me the pictures in the bus.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember.
And you remember her being motherly.
And I remember her saying, well, if you can't do this, come take a polygraph. And I was like, well, I'll do whatever you want. I'll take DNA. I'll do whatever. That's what I remember her saying in that bus.
I'm going to step out. And I mean, I seriously need you to stop picking and choosing memories, okay? You can say that you're not, but I'm telling you
I'm really not.
Okay. And when you're being presented with these facts that we have and you're telling me that I don't remember, it doesn't just make them disappear. Okay?
Okay. I get that. But I can't rethink. I can't remember something.
Try, because this is important.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
If you're going to tell me that the double homicide of these girls is not important...
When did I say that one time?
You don't want to remember it. Is it not worth
I told
remembering?
her everything I remembered.
Okay, well, you need to sit here and you need to start remembering more, because this is some bullshit. Important.
Let's see, hold on a second. There's nothing else I know.
All right, brother. It looks like road guy took the comfortable cuffs.
All right.
So I got 2 pairs for you though, all right? I'm gonna take you over to the county jail.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna book you and everything, all right? You get no bond.
All right.
Because you're an uncooperative little shithead. So I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but if you unfortunately go to trial and this is all found guilty or whatever, this will probably 40 years be your last trip outside. So you're not going to bond out.
Is there any way I can get them reduced?
I can't. I got to put them on like that.
Oh, is there any way I can get them looser? Is there any way I can get them looser?
I'm going to double lock them. So go ahead.
Okay.
Have a seat right there.
Honestly, I don't know if I can.
Okay, then just stand there for me. I can use your key to double lock these, please. I know they take the handcuffs off. Put your mask on for me, please, and then if you want to finish up your water, go ahead, do that. Yeah, right side up this time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting the cuffs back on you, okay? Hang on one sec.
Okay.
If you don't want to sit down, stand there. Everybody ready? All right, Kegan.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, crew world.
Here we go. Thank you. All right.
That was rough.
It makes him sound. It's interesting though, because this is 2020, and then 2021, like late 2021, when Barbara McDonald interviewed him. Now all of a sudden there are people. Is he trying to save his own ass, or?
Well, he probably can't take it in jail anymore, and his dad's kind of being an asshole.
Well, you got to ask yourself: was he protecting his dad in 2020, or is he now just trying to give the truth alternative in the Barbara McDonald interviews?
Now, do we know if they confiscated all the dad's electronics, or?
I don't know, but I bet you the dad was smart enough to be using Kegan's stuff for that. That's what I would think.
That's kind of how I feel, that the dad was using his stuff. But now we know that the stepson come out, the daughter come out. So people are definitely talking about Tony. So the next show needs to be about those podcasts, don't you think?
Yeah, we could do. I'm actually going to have the murder sheet on tomorrow talking about those two things. But we could do the same thing here, because I'm just saying they're coming on as a. It's just they're just coming on.
What good does that do me over here?
We're gonna come over here, and we'll talk about it because we both listened to it, right? And then we can just share what they said.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, not tomorrow. It's gonna be Monday, is what I'm saying.
Sure, great, fine, yeah.
I'm just saying it was. They've come on.
I thought we were internet married. Am I not supposed to know all of these things, especially when you got me reading 194 pages here?
Yeah, well, that's the murder sheet. They've been on my show. They've come on a couple times. I have this whole. Well, let me show you. Look at it. They even got this little.
I've been listening to their podcast.
This one right here. See, this is their murder sheet setup.
I like.
So they sit right over there together. Cool. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Very cute. I like the thing in the middle.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I mean, I think in 2020 he's either protecting his dad because he keeps trying to spin it off on other people, but then he starts talking about he just doesn't remember because he knows whenever in trouble, just say you don't remember. Yeah. I very well could have done it. I don't remember. And then, well, is it possible? What they should have said, well, is it possible you murdered the girls but you just don't remember? Because your memory sucks. Okay.
Your memory's the worst.
You have the worst memory in the world. Is it possible you killed them but just don't remember? I wonder what he'd say to that. Well, I mean, awful. This is what he said. I mean, like,
right.
I think I would remember something like that if I did something, like that. But
yeah, I was in Vegas. I was looking for weed. I don't remember. I don't know. Literally, that's like the only thing he remembers, though. He went to Vegas. He met some random dude on Craigslist looking for a specialized weed to bring back. And he might have gone to his grandparents' house. Maybe.
Yeah.
He's not really sure about that either.
Why don't we get the murder sheet to come on here, too?
I mean, get that. You know them.
I'm sure they would do it. And we could do it like some other day, like a Wednesday. I'm sure they'd come on. Something like that. Maybe we'll do it like a different time frame, like because they're on the East Coast too, so I could do it like
that'd be great.
3 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you actually, but you have some
Wednesdays are usually good.
Yeah.
Thursday has been weird because of my daughter's games, but and this week was insane, just because of work stuff. But that's over with now, thank God.
Yeah.
That was.
Here, I'm gonna go get these names. I'm gonna be doing my show here in a little bit. I'm so tired, but I just gotta keep going, plugging away. But we did what's crazy? We donated 5,325 this month. Isn't that crazy? Or 75, awesome. 375. That was a record by like 1,300. It was crazy.
That is so great.
Yeah, it's wild. Let's see.
Good for the freaks, man.
The freaks. But today's the first day of a new month, so I got to get over it. So let's see. Hold on. I don't know did we get some new members? Because it wasn't set up correctly to be able to watch it. But we do have, looks like Emily Flotilla, Brenda R, Persephone's Pomegranate, Ozzy's Trisha, Judy, Alicia Barnett, Georgina Stoliker, Brandy B, Bama Forever, Brandon B.
All my friends and Brandy B.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah, I see those, almost all those. Everyone, let's see, is there anybody on there that I don't remember? I think everybody goes to watches mine. Maybe not Alicia Barnett or, I don't know. But anyways.
They're all the awesome people.
Awesome. I think that was pretty cool.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah, it was
you're not getting up here. Leave me alone.
It's weird how you get in the flow, and then I actually feel like I'm him for a minute,
Yeah. Well, that's.
And then you're them getting frustrated. Like that's why.
Oh, so frustrated.
The method.
I'm frustrated with the police too, though, because I just think that was.
Yeah.
It's just not good enough.
Hey, there's Mrs. Ryan. I was trying to get a hold of you. There was something you said last night that I didn't agree with, but then later it seemed like it could have been possible. I don't even remember what that was. But. All right. Well. Yeah. So, anyways, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for finding some time to come on. I'm glad you got through your crazy work week. You saved your
week is done.
Saved your company. Hopefully, they send you some bonus checks.
They need to be sending me chocolate, flowers, all the things.
Yeah. All right. So, thanks everybody, and I guess we'll see you next time. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there, and
we love you so much.
All right, here we go. Bing.
Bing. What was that sound?
Not me.
That was a weird one. Walking down the street and I had to stop and got my radio.